pretty lady. So I'm sitting here getting ready to film a video for my Brighter Together chapter, and I realized that I still owe you a video on tips and tricks for eye eyes and then also concealer. So the first tip, hopefully you're loving it and have seen some results, but the first tip is one that you won't be able to see, but if you keep this in your fridge, it makes the cooling effect even better. So like for morning, reducing puffiness, that's a great tip to keep it in your fridge if you want it to be extra cooling. And then the other tip is because of the hyaluronic acid that is one of our key ingredients in here, which is amazing. Like it holds like something like crazy, like 1,000 times its weight in water, so it really plumps the skin and provides some amazing anti-aging benefits. But hyaluronic acid is best used on damp skin. So a tip that I always follow is I bought this, it's just like a little water hair squirter from, I think I got this in the travel section at Target, not the dollar spot, but you know where all the travel stuff is. And I think I even got it at the one off of Ray Road, so it should be nearby. But I love this one because it shoots a super fine mist. So let me show you. I don't even know if you can see that. It's probably not even showing up, but it's not like a heavy squirt. It just, let's see if I can. It's a super fine mist. Anyway, so you want to, I will wash my face at night, and I mainly use this at night for me, but a lot of ladies love it in the morning too. But I will wash my face, and then I typically will, rub and get like the, extra eye makeup or whatever off. So a lot of times after I'm kind of done getting under my eyes, my skin's not damp. So I will use this and just do a fine mist. And then, so my tip, I always open it with the cap up because it does sometimes, if you hold it down, it can kind of squirt out. And then I put a little bit on the back of my hand, just a tiny bit. And then that's what I use instead of trying to squirt and keep it on the tip. So then you go right underneath. And so that cooling ceramic tip is amazing, but imagine it if you keep it in the fridge. And then I always like to go out here to that outer corner of the eye. And then I also go here in the angry 11s. And now they do caution depending on your, whoops, I dropped it, depending on your eye, and I just will gently kind of rub like this. I don't have super sensitive eyes, so I will use it right here, and I notice a difference with my hooded lids. So I use it here, but I tested it first, before I went all in. So if you have super sensitive eyes, you want to be careful there, but I mean, it's all good ingredients, so it should be okay. And then, so let me do the other side. And again, I just kind of take my time, gently rub in. And, it's not like a super, because I'm just kind of dipping and rubbing on my hand, it's not a super thick layer, which is my other tip. Don't go too thick with it, especially if you're using it in the morning. If you're using it in the morning before you apply makeup, then you are going to want to give yourself some time to let it dry. Before you apply your makeup. And then, since it's on the back of my hand, I go like this, And then you've got anti-aging for the back of your hands too. Like, I've been doing that since day one, since we released it, and I mean, my hands look pretty good. So that's a tip there. And then after you apply it, you're gonna finish with another misting of water. And that's what's gonna help everything work even better with that hyaluronic acid. Okay, so then we go into concealer. So obviously I would normally let some time go by, but I have this little fan that I got on Amazon, and sometimes that will help. But so the IRIs, the great thing with IRIs, let me turn that off, is that you should feel some firming and tightening right away, and see some results right away. But then the longer that you use it, you'll see like those long-term benefits starting to kick in. So that's the great thing with IRIs. You get immediate results, but then you also get the long-term benefits as well. So if you have not been using it on damp skin or with something like this, this is a game changer. Totally recommend that you get that. Okay, and then concealer. Hopefully you've noticed that it is super pigmented, and a tiny, tiny bit is gonna go a long way. So with that, I just, like, not even a whole, like a quarter of a turn, and I let it kind of warm up on my fingertips. And again, I would totally let this dry first, let it set in. But then just, especially if you're using the IRIs in the morning and you're putting makeup over top of it, you just kind of want to dab and let that, because it's botanical wax base, so you want it, and it makes a great shadow primer too. So if you haven't tried it on your lids under shadow, that's another game changer. But so I just kind of tap and pat, and it's the super tiniest thin layer, and you can, I mean, you can see how crazy that is. So after I just kind of gently pat and let it warm up to my skin, then you can go in with something like our Blenderful, or a lot of ladies love like a little buffer brush like this. You can go in, if you're gonna wear foundation, you can apply that and then they all blend together. But if you just kind of go in and tap it, that's the other tip, just kind of tap and blend. And then last tip on concealer, if you want to kind of avoid that, if you get any creasing at all, either on the lid or in under eye area, you can, again, use the back of your hand, spray a little bit of finishing spray. And so I just dipped in and just tap finishing spray before you set, obviously, like before you do any powders or anything like that. And that will kind of help with any creasing. So hope this was helpful. Hope you're doing well. And if you have any questions at all, and then I just kind of go back in and you can blend. But you can see how amazing that concealer is. And it's, like I said, just a little tiny bit is going to go a long way. I can't even tell you how long I've had that concealer. Too long to probably admit, but I mean, literally just a little bit is going to go a long way for you. And then if you want to get crazy and, you know, like touch up under brows and stuff like that, you definitely can do that too, and shape and carve out things. But hopefully those tips are helpful. And if you have any more questions or need any more tips, just let me know. Have a great day.